Ilco,
Absolutely.
not only these extremists are a good threat, very, very big threat to peace, but also, when we look to the near past, like last 100 years, there was a lot of isms, ideologies that gave a lot of harm. Nazis, fascism. Because of the Second World War, it's almost 20 million people died. Look at the communism, it's around like 25 million people died in Russia, in Far East and everywhere. So in this century, we definitely shouldn't, promote, give any, value to these, harmful ideologies.
Yes.
And we have to warn the new generations against this. They shouldn't have to be. We still see some very minorities as Nazis, but we have to warn the real generations. You cannot generalize people by their blood. You can by their race and so on. So, how do you think we have to educate the new generation on these topics? The recent ideologies like communism and fascism. How we can,
Yeah, personally, I would say again that warning might work counterproductive, because it makes you think about your mother constantly saying, "Don't do this and don't do that."
Yes.
And most
we have
kids,
to educate them.
most kids think, "Hey, it's my life. I want to decide for myself." So if you so personally, I think that. We have to go back to the real meaning of education. Do you know where it comes from? Which word?
No.
It's very interesting. Even if I speak for 1,000 teachers, hardly anyone knows where it comes. But it comes from the Latin word, and it means educare, and it means pulling out. Pulling out. And that is for a reason. Most people who do education, they think it is pumping in.
Yeah.
It is, I have my information and I want to tell you what is the truth. And then you become reluctant. You say, "Hey, hello," and this is my life.
Yeah.
And but still, most preachers, imams, and parents, and teachers, and people who do education, they think education means pumping into your brain.
Yeah, exactly.
And people get weary, and they think, "Oh, maybe if you're constantly repeating, it's not interesting. Maybe it is more interesting," and that.
You have to encourage. What you are coming to the point. You want to encourage all this youth that they have to understand.
So we need to pull out the positivity and the chances and the hope and the fact that that we're all finally, I believe, interested in doing positive things. But we must also understand why. Some extremism is coming up. Often it is in situations where people feel ignored, when they are unsafe, or when they have no opportunities to find a job, or they are educated, but then still there's no company asking for them. So yes, we need to spread positivity, and yes, we need to encourage them to do something with their talents, but we must also be very keen and hard on when people, people we like, when they abuse a certain situation, or corruption, for instance, when democracy is not working. We must also feel free to just say it, because otherwise we are pushing them away to alternatives which are no alternative. Can you follow me?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, definitely.
And by constantly warning, it would ignore that there's in a way people feel sometimes unsafe. And
they will be like
they think, "Oh, this brings the solution." And whether it is communism or fascism or whatever ism, they think, "Oh, this is the new solution." And so we all have to really be keen on creating opportunities for the younger generation too, and not only telling them, because telling is bringing, pumping in, but it's also using talents and creating opportunities and creating jobs, because finally Bob Marley was already singing, a hungry man is an angry man. People don't want to be hungry.
Yeah.
And